And what are you doing? That's all you're offering? That is all you're offering. That's real. That's sad. Uh, and ladies and gentlemen, tonight's special guest, Shields and Yarnell. They were, yeah, there we go. It's mime time with Wes Maatita.
What are we doing?
Well, we're doing the beginning of the show. It's very important.
Is this the actual show? Or is it still rehearsal?
No, this is the actual show. I'm putting this in no matter how stupid you look, which judging from the herringbone jacket and the striped shirt and the print tie, I'm going to say is immensely stupid.
You know, I still want to do that bit where I take everything off and I just storm off the stage. So it might happen tonight.
Well, I'm really working on giving you every incentive to pull that bit off.
All right. It's getting there. You're getting there.
There's only one line that I won't cross today. It's the sad passing of Jerry Stiller. That's
oh yeah. Well,
that's
the
comedy
achieved.
So it only took him 5 years to get home to Ann, but he and Ann are together again, and they're hanging out with Ed Sullivan, and they're doing their bits, and so
they know Ed Sullivan.
They were on the Ed Sullivan Show all the time. That's how they got started.
I'm not that old, Daniel. I don't know.
Oh, really? That's the problem is you don't embrace your age. You're older than dirt, okay?
This is not true.
Okay, all right. So maybe dirt has a couple days on you, but for the most part, you're older than dirt.
You're older than me anyway.
No, I am not, actually. I am actually the younger of us by almost 8 weeks. No, actually 6 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks younger than you. Yeah. And that's all you're offering again. This is grumpy old man face. That's what you're offering. That's what you brought to the conversation, grumpy old man face. Oh.
Are we playing a game?
I don't know. Do you want to play a game?
I don't know. I'm just wondering. First of all, who's on the show tonight?
None of your business.
Well, I need to know. I think the people at home need to know.
Well, they know because they read the opening. They read the opening credits. They even know about you. In spite of my best efforts to keep you off there, you're still on there. I just really
went ahead and created a credit for me.
I did. I don't know why. Andy Richter doesn't even get one, and you get one. And whatever the guy's name is that kicks in with Jimmy Fallon. Nobody,
That's the Jimby Falcon.
The Jimby
Falcon.
Oh no, you're thinking Jimby Kimmel.
That's Jimby Kimball also.
Jimmy Kimmel,
and Jimmy Falcon.
Yeah. Guillermo doesn't even get a credit at the beginning of the show, featuring Guillermo.
I get a credit, and Guillermo doesn't.
Guillermo doesn't, and I think that's just completely unfair.
I think it's very fair.
You think it's very fair?
As a matter of fact, I think my name should be above yours.
Yeah. Well, your name is in much bigger font than my name is, as it rightly should be. As it rightly should be.
Is it in lights?
No, practically, it's got its own screen. My name actually has to share the screen with other words that are irrelevant to my name. So you've stepped up your game, which is a long time coming. Okay, and but anyway, we're talking about tonight's show, and Monique Parent's on, and Monique, absolutely awesome actress, pinup girl. Honestly, answer this as an artist. If I were to tell you that Alberto Vargas and Patrick Nagel were both inspired by Monique, would you buy that? Would you believe
No. Really?
Really? See, you do, sucker. No, she's not old enough to have known Alberto Vargas. Come on.
That's why I said no.
56. I know. Patrick Nagel, if he did, it would have been kind of creepy because he was drawing these women when she was still, preteen. So I'd say no, probably not. Anyway, but she's actually going to talk about embracing age. Maybe you should pay attention to what she's offering. Okay. Because she's worked out a YouTube channel where she gives people practical advice. She was a beautiful redhead. I mean, but but she shares with us how she made her transition to gray to silver, and it's lovely. And now she's getting really good roles. Matter of fact, she's now that she's let her hair go gray, she's getting all of these elegant woman roles for corporate America loves her. She's like doing all sorts of corporate commercial stuff now. So she's gone corporate on us, but I think she's still at her heart. She's
okay. I have a question. Monique is
Yes.
doing national commercials now. I can see a commercial on the TV.
On the TV, Actually, she shot a commercial in the midst of this pandemic for CVS.
Really?
For CVS, not to be confused with CBS.
Now, okay, I heard CVS.
No, CVS is in the drugstore. The drugstore.
Yes, I know it very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's see, and Gregory Fibble, the guy that runs the private chauffeur agency.
Okay.
Tonight. So.
All right. Chauffeur of the Stars.
Well, yeah, he supplies chauffeurs to the stars, amongst other things. He also does.
Who has he driven?
Well, I'll let him tell you in the interview. He'll tell us all.
I want to know now.
Well, I'm not gonna share that now. You'll have to wait for the interview. Okay, why come you got to be like that every time we get up in this place? You just make me so mad. It took you forever to download that. I asked you to get ready and be ready to be camera ready at 2:30. You totally blew me off.
Button pushed.
Really? Just why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself?
Who else is on tonight's show? You got a big show tonight, right? I think I heard not only do you have a big show, you almost have too much show.
I almost have too much show.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when I take my belt off. It just kind of pops out and it kind of hangs over the edge. It's way too much show. Oh, you meant the actual show. Okay. Yeah. So the actual show, we also have Hey King tonight.
Hey King.
Hey King. Okay. I'm guessing it's a tribute band to Larry King, so far as I know, but
are they really big with the kids today?
You know what? I think they might be. They're definitely big with. Do you remember Ben Harper, who did?
Yes,
Ben Harper is producing their debut album. They just signed with Anti Records, and they're doing our little
Pony.
No,
this is fun.
Again, no, yeah, because you're a brony. Everybody knows that. Okay, so I think that's what they.
Only because you got me into it.
I know. Well, Tara Strong, she, I couldn't let her down. So.
Show? Were you looking for the word show?
I believe I was. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Our little pony show.
Yeah, it gets so confusing sometimes, but. As I was stating, Ben Harper is producing their debut album. They just got signed. Where did you go? Okay, get back here.
I thought we were done.
No, we're not done yet. This isn't like your relationship with your wife.
How much longer, Daniel?
This isn't your relationship with your wife, okay? I said.
I have to go to Builders Emporium. Come on.
What? Really? You've got to go to Builders Emporium. I just don't see that. Not for a second do I see that. I think
you have no idea. You have no idea how much time I've spent over at the Builders Emporium.
Have you
been there recently?
Do I look like somebody who hangs out at Builders Emporium?
No, you don't. You do not.
Don't tell anybody where you think I might be hanging out, because that's just rude. Okay, I know exactly where you'd go with that. So stop it. Why haven't you taken off your jacket and stormed out yet? Okay. On the verge. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I am so trying. Oh man. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think Ludwig is a quality drum kit. That'll do it.
I think Ludwig. However wrong it is, you were entitled. No, you know what? Ludwig do make very, very good drums. I like their drum sound.
Yeah. Oh, well, you really do.
I do.
Okay. Really do. So if I changed it to say Pearl, would that be more offensive?
I'm not really a fan. Pearl, let me see. I think Carter Beauford plays Pearl.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, he has a really good drum. I think with any drum you can squeeze out a pretty good drum sound. It depends on who's tuning it. Some drums are better than others. Some are easier to tune than others. Nobody wants to hear this, but there you go.
Yeah, well, that kind of ruined the whole storm out bit because
were you trying it? Okay,
yeah, because underneath your name right now it says Ludwig Drum Fan.
Let me say this right now. I'm going to storm out, but I think you're expecting it to happen tonight.
Yeah, but you see, but
I'm not gonna storm out tonight.
Instead, not even a pity storm out.
I'm gonna push your buttons as much as I can, as long as I'm on.
Problem solved. Our first guest tonight. She is an incredible actress with over 150 acting credits from motion picture and television on her resume. She is an absolute wonder and a delight. And if you ever tell her that, so help me God, I'm going to take your carcass to the Alex Jones all you can eat of your neighbor barbecue. You feel me? Keep this to yourself. She's an amazing woman. Please welcome Monique Parent. Monique Parent, how are you doing?
I am great. How are you, Daniel?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. It's been rough.
Has it been rough?
Yeah. See, I don't have a beautiful garden outside of my house, and you've only had it a short time. Aren't you glad you got moved in there before this pandemic broke out?
Oh my gosh, it was the luckiest thing. We moved on February 29. And we would have been living in a tiny little apartment with this tiny little balcony and nowhere to go. And we were lucky. We moved up to the Hollywood Hills. So now I can go for walks in a beautiful area, and I have all this space to garden in. And I've spent the entire pandemic out in the yard.
Okay. Well, let me just say it for the record. I hate you.
I hate you.
Okay. I know. It's been a long time brewing. It's been how long? How many years of hatred? I mean, exactly. It's
30.
been 30. Oh, wow. And the
30.
fact, as much as I resent you, I can honestly say I do appreciate the fact that you own that. Okay. So many women try to play. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so much younger.
Oh my God, I'm only 27.
And it's like, you own that. Okay. I mean, you just own that.
I am 54 and very proud of it.
Because let's face facts, some of the decisions we made in life, we were surprised to make it past 30. So to make it to is, it might be a grim milestone, but it is our milestone. And we are proud.
It's so funny when I hear people like say negative things about people as they get older. And it's like, you do realize that that's going to be you one of these days.
Yeah,
like
that's really your only.
You're either going to get older or you're going to die.
Exactly.
Which one would you prefer?
Yeah,
I'm going to say getting older.
And your options, and to do it gracefully, and to be perfectly honest, I am much happier with the person that I am today at 54. So at 54 than I ever was with anybody I was prior to this point, because it's just because you've lived through. Lord knows, the stupidity of the world, your own personal stupidity, the stupidity of anybody you've encountered, and just the stupidity of the universe as a whole.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a good amount of stupid out there.
I played you my promo from earlier, which of course we greatly enjoyed because you were like the only person who caught the reference to the location of the hospital.
Yeah.
And
Lost Boys, hello, come on.
And again, this was a classic movie of our time. Sadly, okay, the only well, actually Jamie Gertz did okay. She married a billionaire, I think. She's doing fine, and surprisingly, there's another one who wears her age very well. Jamie, and I have not heard hide nor hair of Jason Patrick though. That was
he was so pretty, but that hair.
Oh yeah.
Soon as he lost it, some people bald well.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow. And of course the sad loss of Corey Haim, and then of course the sad loss of Corey Feldman, bless his heart. They're just, whoo-wee.
Oh, I did a film with Corey Feldman. Actually, I
Yeah.
did a film with Corey Haim, but he was fired
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah, it's sad, and you sit there and look at Hollywood, and some of the people and what it has done to some people, but other people have flourished very well, and it really is a crapshoot.
It's a tough industry on your psyche.
Well, yeah. Well, I seem to recall it. It momentarily, pardon me, got the better of you because you took a much needed time out in Arizona.
I did, and you know what? It wasn't even like I intentionally left the business. Like most actors, I had a side gig, and my side gig was selling blenders in Costco.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those people doing the displays, demonstrations. And eventually what happened is the company that I worked for lost their contract with Costco.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was out of work. Naturally, I applied to the competition.
Yes.
As one does.
Yeah.
And they said they'd love to hire me, but they didn't need anybody in California. They said, would you be willing to work in Arizona? At the time, my parents lived in Arizona. My best friend was living in Arizona. I went, yeah, I'll go to Arizona. Sure. Because I thought I would continue doing 10-day shows and then have 20 days off, which was how I had done it for a long time, which was great for an actor.
Yes.
It didn't work out that way. All of a sudden, I found myself working. There was a time I went, I think, a month or two without a day off.
Oh.
It was brutal. And it was just
brutal, and it was Arizona, which made it like
Arizona
doubly brutal, especially in the summer.
And it just, after a while, I realized this is not the life that I wanted for myself. And if I continue down this path, I'm going to be an alcoholic. I'm going to be bitter and unhappy. And I thought to myself, I will go back to California. I will go back and become an actress at age 50, which is exactly the time when, it's so recommended for women to be actors in their 50s because everyone
but this is, well, honestly, I think you did great because I really think that window between your late 30s and your 40s is kind of like a shutdown point, and then all of a sudden everybody's looking for that elder stateswoman, and boom, you're back in.
Here I am.
Yeah, it's like because look at Helen Mirren. There's a great example. Boom.
Yes. Yes.
And, that was another thing is that, you've always been willing to embrace any roles. You weren't false modesty. Oh, I don't do that. You were willing to embrace your femininity and use it to your advantage, much like Helen Mirren did. And I think probably a far more explicit way than ever you did.
Yeah.
Dare I remind everybody, Caligula. Oh.
Yeah.
And so, but again, that is also maybe part of the reason you allow yourself the luxury of aging gracefully, because that it takes issue off of physical form.
It does. And yet I'm still surprised. I had an audition a few weeks ago to play a stripper.
Yeah.
And I did the audition with my mother because we're in lockdown. So I had to, do a self-recorded audition, which is what we do a lot now. And I needed someone to read with me. And I'm like, hey, Mom. And they said in the script that there was no nudity for my character.
For your character, yeah.
But I was like, I thought I was done with these roles, but apparently not. So I read it with my mom, and she's like, who am I playing? It's like, Mom, you're playing a stripper and her daughter. And she's like, oh, great.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh my. But yes, you've got now and aside from doing, you're obviously acting, you are now you are heavily active in YouTube, and you do
Yes.
aesthetics. I guess what I would say, aesthetics oriented videos, helping people make things around them and themselves more aesthetically pleasing.
Well, it really started with, this will be a big piece, so bear with me. It started, I colored my hair for many years. I went gray when I was 17. And so from that point on, I colored my hair. And every month I would see that little tiny bit of white right there at the root. And I'd do this. I'd like put my hands over it and just like, and I'd like try to blur my eyes and like see what I'd look like. And it's like, maybe I should have that. But then I'd chicken out and color it. And I started doing research, how to transition to gray. How do I do that? And the only options that I was seeing were cut your hair off and start over, or just let it go, which so many women are doing right now during this pandemic.
Like they have a choice.
They can't get their hair colored, so they are suddenly being faced with that little line becoming a ½ inch, becoming an inch, becoming 2 inches, 3 inches, and they're trying to.
It looks like a cattle right now. Women, it looks like a cattle call for the role of Rogue in the X-Men.
Yes, yes. So I didn't, as an actor, I didn't want to have that
Yes.
new growth. But I also didn't want to shave my head, which is what I kind of eventually ended up doing, pretty close. But I cut my hair really, really close, and I went to my hairdresser and I told him to bleach all of the color out of it. I had it cut really short because I knew that bleaching would damage it that much. I walked out of the salon with baby chick yellow hair, and then I went home and I made a video of me dyeing it gray, because I thought, if this method works, other women are going to want to know how to do this. And it did work. And I put it up on YouTube, and then I forgot all about it. A few months went by, and I thought, let me just see what's going on with that. And I logged on, and it's like, it's got 25,000 views. So I realized that this might be something that spoke to some people. So I made another video, and then another video. And then my viewers asked for makeup, and I'm not a makeup artist, but because I've been in the beauty industry for so long, I've had a lot of makeup artists work on me. So I've seen what different results look like.
You've watched what they were doing with you, and you've incorporated that into your trainings to other people, because honestly, I know that you do it really well, and you give really solid advice. I've actually used your advice. Well, you did not from your videos, from you personally, because it's like,
because you have that.
I have the Rocket Raccoon stunt double eyes. So it's very important. It's very important that I
yeah. You want the Joe Blasco orange highlight one, and the budget one for that, the budget knockoff would be NYX orange, has an orange concealer. And
give myself a little color. Yeah.
Well, it's actually, no, the orange counters the blue under the eyes.
Oh, wow.
So it makes, even though when you look at it in the makeup thing, you're like, that's orange. That's not right.
That's some orange.
But it balances the blue color. So now all of a sudden, that's what I'm using.
And get a nicer look about you. Yes. See, actually, that was the only reason I brought you on, was just to get makeup tips for free. Okay, I'm out of here. That's all I needed. What, you think I'm gonna air this? Oh.
No.
I'll tell you what, I've already gotten friends from back home that I had no idea that are Monique Parent fans from all the movies from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Oh, fun.
Whoa, I love Monique Parent. Oh, I can't believe wow, dude. And I was like, okay, good to know. I'm like, wow, I really should have used this a lot sooner. Instead of talking to those lame voice talents. My friend,
voice talents are the people who are working right now.
I know. Well, actually,
I want to be a voice actor.
Well, you should. You've got a great.
I love that.
And the bottom line is you're already SAG anyway, right? So you
yeah.
should, yeah, doggone it. You know, you should make a voiceover demo, and I should help you with that, because that
Thank
is the
you.
one. Okay, I don't look worth a squat, but I can definitely help with voice talent and directing voices.
That would be wonderful. You have a date.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, well, there you go. What's Howard fixing for dinner? That's what I got.
Whatever you like.
Well, then whatever you like, because it doesn't matter. You're not coming over.
Yeah,
It's
you're
going to
not
be
coming
over.
over right now. We'll be watching. It'll be FaceTime dinner.
It'll be a
Like when Howard and I
FaceTime.
were dating.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right. Because you guys were dating when you were in Arizona.
No,
or when
he was living in Orange County in Irvine,
oh,
and I was living
okay.
in Studio City.
Right. Okay.
So,
yeah.
yeah, Los Angeles traffic.
Yes. Oh, yes. Exactly. Well, not so much now, but
not so much now.
But actually, it started. I went out yesterday for the first time, and I actually had to wait to turn on to Beverly Glen from Valley Vista, which it hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So they've lifted the restrictions, starting to lift restrictions, starting to, but still. You know, that so many people fail to realize that, you know, the reason we're staying at home isn't necessarily because of us. It is the danger we pose to immunosuppressed people. Yeah.
We were supposed to go visit my mom for her birthday.
Yeah.
And that was at the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a couple days before, I just turned to Howard and said, we can't go see her.
Right.
We can't do it. I can't take a chance that I would be bringing something into her home.
Yeah.
You know, I have to stay here. That is the best way that I can show my love for her and for anybody, is to stay home.
Yeah.
If I have
and it is the one time,
and
it is the one time our antisocial personalities have worked in our favor. And
it really
I think
does
help. The fact that I don't like,
anyway.
exactly. The fact that I don't like people anyway just made it so much easier. It's like, oh, good golly.
It's like you walk into a store and it's like, oh, it's 2 people in here.
Oh yeah.
I got to get out.
But I will tell you what, it does make it so much easier having to, you know, it does make it easier going out, because now your makeup tips are necessarily as important as they used to be, because people wear masks.
Yeah, you just put a mask on.
And what's great is nobody
lots of eye makeup.
Exactly. And nobody knows for sure if that was you going into the pot store or not. And
exactly.
That's what I find appealing, in the liquor store.
And yet it's legal, so who cares?
Exactly. Well, you know, there are still a few uptight people out there. Probably a few watching.
There are.
Exactly. Yeah, actually, it's sad to say, when it first legalized, I bought a little vape pen. I bought the vape pen and the little cartridge that went with it.
Uh-huh.
I still have the same vape pen in the cartridge. I have no idea. Does that stuff expire or not? Because
I don't know.
I don't know. Best if used by so it'd be serious skunk weed the next time I use it.
You have to get it extra hot.
Yeah.
It'd be so thick.
Oh man.
Don't put it in the microwave.
No. Well, it's but, you know, again, a great thing about Southern California is, you know, Carla also got some of the butter, the special butter.
Yeah.
Oh boy, those brownies. Now, that's the thing you got to do. You have to watch with edibles, is because
you have to be careful.
Yeah, because they don't hit all at once like smoking it does. Like it's like, whoa, and it's like an hour later. Oh,
it's like,
oh my
what
goodness.
did I do to myself?
Yeah. And thank goodness the dispensaries were considered essential during this whole.
This is gonna be how we keep people from going out and killing each other.
Yeah, well, that's why everybody else back east has gone nuts, because they don't have legalized weed. They would have stayed in till December. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you do this.
You got legal weed. You're like, I'm good.
I'm good.
I can go out next week. That's fine.
Yeah, because like I said, Carla made the brownies, and that was that made a couple days go by pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
So, what did you have anything in the works before the whole pandemic thing hit? I mean, works-wise?
I didn't really, because I had kind of slowed everything down for the move.
Right.
So literally, I'm so lucky. I had one last job on March 11. I went up to Portland for a job, and I was a little nervous flying, and I had my mask and I had gloves and I had sanitizer spray, or I had alcohol in a little pump bottle that was like spraying everything on the plane.
I have a bottle of bleach at my front. I have a spray bottle of, four water, one bleach at the door that I spray I spray the mask the second I get home and put it up. And that's why I get the white mask, just to be on the safe side, because I did it with the color once. Didn't look good.
Didn't look good.
Yeah. Like
yeah.
Did your breath do that to that mask? Ooh.
Extra garlic.
Exactly.
So once I finished that job, I didn't really have anything. In fact, I got a haircut on March 10. So that
worked
before the job. So that was perfect. I knew that I was moving.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was going to break all of my fingernails. So in the end of February, I had all of my artificial nails taken off. So all the women who are having to deal with growing them out and them coming, I had just taken care of that. I just took them off.
There you go. Well,
and my roots are showing now. All of them.
I like that, because it's all. But you did pull off the lavender look really nicely.
Thank you.
I remember you doing that one. I thought, that looks good. Okay. I'm a big,
really
what
fun.
can I say? I'm a big fan of lavender, and I like purple.
Purple's fun.
Yeah.
And for
Donny Osmond and myself.
I'll tell you, for anybody right now who's going through this pandemic, if they've got gray hair coming in and they want to do something with it, and you don't want to color it, but you think it might be fun to grow it out, dye it some bright color.
Exactly.
You can get temporary hair dyes in bright colors that wash out in a few washings. And if you do a purple, it fades to gray.
There you go.
So it'll be a purple shade for a few days, but when it fades out, it looks gray. So it's sort of completely safe.
And we could all use a touch of gray, courtesy of the Grateful Dead. I'm sorry. I don't know where my mind goes in these conversations, and I apologize that you had to be dragged along for the ride. I do have a question. I know. Well, you've known me long enough to know. Question for you. Actually, here's a good one. Okay. You get locked up in here with me. What are the 3 songs that you need to get through music therapy?
3 songs to get through music therapy. Walls. I think it's Kings of Leon.
Oh, Kings of Leon. Okay.
Gosh, this is so obscure. Nobody will know it. It's
Let's see. Come on.
Trouble Bay by the Blue Hawaiians.
Nice.
And what would the third one be? This is just terrible. It might be Taylor Swift.
You know what? Everybody bags on her, but I got to say, there's some stuff from her that I really like.
It's one of those. I always like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's cute.
So it might be Cornelia Street.
Yeah.
Cornelia Street.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So there we go.
All right. Well, that sounded.
What are your 3?
What are my 3? Oh, well, way to put me back on the spot with my own question. All right. Toy Matinee, Last Plane Out. Do you remember that song?
No.
Greetings from Sodom. Wish you were here. The weather's getting warmer now that the trees are all cleared. No time for a conscience, and we recognize no crime. Yeah, we got dogs and Valvoline. It's a pretty damn good time. Yeah, remember that song?
Yes,
Man
I do.
of reason. And I know nobody outside of Nashville, nobody remembers this guy, but he made a brief appearance here in Los Angeles in the late 90s. It was Webb Wilder was the performer. Absolutely loved him. And look him up on YouTube, Webb Wilder. And he was really wonderful. And then Robbie Robertson, Fallen Angel.
Okay.
So Robbie Robertson used to be in the band Take a Load Off Annie. And so anyway, his solo album, the one that he had Somewhere Down the Crazy River on, it was yeah, and that way, you know, since I'm throwing out musical offerings to a contemporary. It's like, yeah, oh yeah. So
as I nod, and I know none of those songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, if I know Blue Hawaiians, come on, you gotta.
Do you know Blue Hawaiians?
I do.
Okay.
So yeah. So
they're no C band.
Yes. There were a lot of really good local bands that, you know, a lot of like they were kind of ska. Yeah. Well, they did a lot of they had sort of a surf lounge fusion. Yeah. Little Jan and Dean meets meets Bob Marley meets All right. Well, listen, it has been absolutely wonderful talking to you. We've got a good, solid interview here, I think, and I don't know what our time was on that, but it's always enjoyable to talk to you. And I definitely want to bring you back when I've actually accumulated a bigger audience, which I think having you in the initial push off is definitely going to help that.
Good. I hope so.
And especially since we've, like I said, I'm working on making this really good, making this a big boy show.
It's a big boy show.
Exactly. but not big boy from Power 106, but a big boy. I wore my big boy pants. Okay. Monique, thank you, sweetie. Have a good one.
You too.
Hi. Our next guest is such a horrible human being, he probably got a gold invitation to that Alex Jones barbecue I spoke of earlier. He runs an agency that supplies chauffeurs for private individuals as well as promotional events for auto manufacturers such as BMW, Audi, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, just to name a few. And he's right here to talk to us about it now. Please welcome Gregory Fibble. Welcome to the show, Gregory.
It's a pleasure to be here, Daniel. Good to see you.
Is it really? Okay, well, I'm gonna take that.
And congratulations on your new channel.
Well, I'm hoping it works out well. We are definitely making the upgrades as we go along.
Am I an upgrade?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say guest wise, but the overall show is upgrading. But you're definitely in the top tier of guests. I will say that.
I'm good. Then we can continue.
All right. Well, good. I just wanted to clear that. So now, Gregory, explain to this audience exactly what is the service that you offer here. In a
simplified form, we are a temporary employment agency for high-end chauffeurs on the private side. So we are the private chauffeur because we drive clients privately in the client's own luxury car. To go one step further, our clients are of more of the elite status who own luxury vehicles. So instead of using a limousine service or public transportation, they already have a luxury car and they employ us and our chauffeurs to drive them in that car as we are lifestyle chauffeurs.
A very interesting concept. You started this how long ago?
Oh my God, I left New York City to come out to LA in 1986 to launch this business as Home James. Well, you know, the old.
Oh yes, the classic adage.
The classic with chauffeurs. You know, they get in their own private car and they go home, James. You know, so yeah, we started it as Home James. Stepped up to the Private Chauffeurs International, which we were far from international, but it's damn good. And we settled with the private chauffeur back in 1990. So 86, 90, and here we are. Fast forward to 2020.
Wow. Now you had previous experience working as a limo driver yourself, correct?
Oh, if you look behind me.
Yes.
Look at the 80s. Oh my gosh. The 80s. The 80s in Los Angeles. Oh wow. Best time ever. Rock and roll, music, concerts, 7 nights a week, backstage passes. It was unbelievable and probably one of the best experiences and of course times of my life and for music.
As a limo driver, who was a favorite client? Well, what is your most memorable? Who was your most memorable client?
Loved Billy Idol.
Billy
Me and
Idol.
Billy, tight. Oh my God. Yeah. I spent a lot of time with Billy Idol, and of course, Guns N' Roses.
Really? It seems to me that as a chauffeur, Guns N' Roses and Billy Idol would probably be the last people I'd want to clean up after.
Oh yeah, but the fun. Think
It
about it.
was. Oh, well, yeah. Well,
Guns N' Roses, rebels from the street.
Oh my goodness! Now, when you opened your private chauffeur agency, who was the first celebrity who came on board as a client?
Geez, the first celebrity that came on board as a client. Oh my, there's so many. Oh my God, we had Kirk Douglas, we had Frank Sinatra, we had Don Rickles, Bob Newhart, Tim Conway, Steve. I can't tell you how many major celebrities jumped right on board with us when we moved into Los Angeles and they found out about our service. And the great thing, of course, is the networking. You get one celebrity, you get them all.
Oh yeah. And by the same token, if you mess up with one celebrity, it's man.
But Daniel, it's unfortunate and it's inevitable with life.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are in the year 2020, and we have seen so many legends. We've said goodbye to so many legends of every industry, from music to film to art.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always difficult to say goodbye to some of these icons.
Oh, indeed. And it's just it's rocked my world because for those of you that don't know, I work with Gregory in this endeavor as one of the chauffeurs.
Wait,
well, in the loosest sense of the word.
Wait a second. Hold on. I've never learned how to say your last name. Stanishevsky.
No, Stanishevsky. You're in the ballpark.
How long you been with me?
Yeah, longer than I care to admit, but longer than either one of us would care to admit.
Remember the first night you drove my daughter to her prom night?
I was in my second or third year of driving with you, and Gregory decides, okay, Daniel, you're going to drive my daughter for her prom night. We go over to Beverly Hills to rent a Cadillac Escalade for this little endeavor because Gregory had a good idea of what was up, and he didn't want to have that smell in his car after prom night. So he got the Cadillac Escalade along with the damage waiver for shampooing the interior if necessary. And needless to say, we got back at 4 o'clock in the morning, and unbeknownst to me that Gregory had a good idea of what was going to happen and everything. I was just praying that I wouldn't have to see him as his little girl got out of the lift.
And you knew that, and you bailed, man. You didn't even leave a note on the front door. You just bailed. You delivered the package and bolted.
You could hear my tires skidding out of the street. I didn't get a chance to. You were already out in your bathrobe at the second we pulled up. It was hysterical. And I'm standing there going, oh, man. Okay. Well, it was a nice job while it lasted. But now now things are going to be a little bit different, especially because we've all been in quarantine for almost 2 months now. It'll be 2 months within, I think next week will be the 2-month, stay-at-home order for folks, and now we've got to go back to clients who are absolutely terrified. And how are you dealing with that, Gregory?
Well, the nice thing is we are rehearsing retirement, so it's kind of nice to have this opportunity to slow down, to relax, not have the phones ringing 24/7. You have clients, you have chauffeurs to attend with, you have events, you have concerts, you have out-of-town trips. So we've been able to just breathe. And unfortunately, the chauffeurs have all been, let's say, not furloughed. Let's say they've been just released from activity until further notice.
They've been practicing retirement as well.
Well, the downside, we are in the business of moving people.
Right. And if
we
people
are
are
in the
not
business
moving.
of taking people to places and events. And unfortunately, there are no places, nor are there any events to take people to. So clients are just as anxious as we are to be untethered from this lockdown. So in the meantime, we have advanced our chauffeurs into training for the COVID-19 after party to
After party,
to be ready to tend to the client's needs on whatever their requests may be, whether it's going to be the gloves and the mask. But the reality is, clients want to go somewhere, we want to take somewhere, and there's no place for us to take them, there's no place for them to go. So in the meantime, we are in communication with our clients, we're in communication with our chauffeurs, and we all understand the reality of sooner or later, we will open for business. After 33 years in business, we are not in business. So we are just hanging on the sidelines, waiting for that opportunity to get back to work. The nice thing is, we recently sent out a wonderful letter to all of our clients, almost 900 plus clients, letting them know what we've been doing. Instead of sitting around, we've been improving ourselves and our chauffeurs and what we need to do when we do reopen. And the reception was emotional and overwhelming and very positive that our clients miss us as much as we miss them.
Well, that is an incredible statement to the long-term success of your business and the service you supply. It is and a compliment to you. You're always, I noticed that you are far more enjoyable to talk to now as a guest than usually as your employee. And I have to say, I'm kind of enjoying this and kind of dreading going back to work. But
well, the reality is running a business. People don't understand. Yes. Running a business, so you're managing clients, their expectations, their desires, and their needs. You're managing chauffeurs, their expectations, their desires, and their needs. And you have to strike the perfect balance in order to keep everyone happy and everyone successful. So, you can't really be favoring the chauffeur or favoring the client. It truly is walking the line and trying to keep everybody happy, which is a very, very impossible job. But you know what? I have been juggling.
I was just going to give you that analogy, Gregory. It's more like juggling. It's more like juggling chainsaws on a high wire.
Well, one of my most favorite gifts. You'll love this. So years ago, we used to be able to gift every Christmas to the personal assistants. Because who calls you and gives you business? It's the personal assistant who makes the phone call.
Exactly.
Who their favorite service are. So years ago, I sent out a 3-pack of juggling balls to all the personal assistants in Hollywood because we all do the same thing. We juggle our clients' schedules, their life, the balance. And it was just so much fun. And they absolutely loved the fact that I was be able to present them with a gift of an analogy of juggling the lifestyles.
Something simple, yet something fun. I love it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh my God.
And of course, there was instructions on
how to juggle. Very nice. Well, if they find him again, they can pull up a YouTube video. So they should be good to go. Exactly. I really don't know what else to ask you about, Gregory. The family's okay, right? Obviously, everybody doing fine?
Family's okay. Life is good. We'll just keep our fingers crossed that everybody stays healthy and happy and at the ready when it's time that we get the green light or clients start calling. They have been calling, saying that they do miss us. and they too can't wait to find a reason to use us and call us.
Oh, well, there you go. I absolutely love it. Well, Gregory, as always, it is really great talking to you. And thank you for being a part of my show. I appreciate that.
Daniel, again, thank you for having me. Congratulations again. I wish you all the best of luck, and I will see you as my employee really soon.
Very good, man. Later. Our musical guests tonight are two very talented and attractive young ladies that I'm sure I will come to resent in the future. For right now, I'm going to pretend I like them. Actually, I do. Would you please welcome, singing Untie the Rope, Hey King.
I could split the world in two, give half the earth to me and half to you. You could take what's yours and I'll take mine. Just gather up your things, stay on your side. Oh, 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 you could take Boston and the Bay. You could take the Northwest ports and all you see. You can take the sunny spots and the sunshine state, the devil's feet and the kingdom slate. It's all for the taking, baby. It's all for the taking. So just leave me the plains of Kansas, the Southwest, the desert sky night. Leave me the cliffs of Avalon. Let me see my land before I die. Let me see my land before I go on and pick apart the hemispheres. Marker up the maps you could commandeer. Every little forest of rain, every great wall, every crowded cityscape. I got the scrapes on my knees, my worn out kicks, and my crown in place. Just leave me the plains of Kansas, the Southwest, desert sky night. Leave me the cliffs of Avalon. Let me see my land. Oh, leave me the plains of Kansas, the Southwest, the desert sky night. Leave me the cliffs of Avalon. Let me see my land before I die. Let me see my land before I oh, oh, oh,
Hey, we're Hey King. That was Untie the Rope. Thank you so much for having us on the show tonight. All right, stay safe.
Not too shabby, huh? Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you to my very special guest, Monique Parent, for joining us tonight. You can find out more about Monique at uniquemonique.com. Thank you to Gregory Fibble. If you need a private chauffeur for yourself or you need drivers for a promotional event, you should definitely check out yourdriver.com. And thank you to my musical guests, Hey King. A very awesome piece right there, man. Looking forward to hearing more from these ladies. In the meantime, you take care. We're going to load this to YouTube for future generations so they can watch, be entertained, and hopefully learn from our horrible mistakes.
Hey, Mr. Sanishevsky, time for your meds.
Well, you heard the man. I'll see you next Monday.